Hey, it's Shel Anderson from Shel's Creative Corner, your creative coach in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Hi, I'm here today for another Stamp with Shel video, and today I have something really different. Yes, it is a card, but it's also a 3D project as well. So let's get started. And remember, everybody, if you could hit the subscribe button and the notification button, you will get notified each time I do a video. So today's project is, we're going to be using the Rise and Shine stamp set, which is the coffee and tea stamp set, and the coordinating dies. And these are the images that we're going to be using. We're going to be using this die and this stamp. And the greeting says, "You've got this, but first," and the word tea. Okay, so we're going to be using those. We're going to need a ruler and a pencil. And we're going to be using the Magnolia Memories and More note card and envelope. And this is part of that as well. And you're going to need a tea bag. Yes, a tea bag. And we're going to be using a 6 by 6 inch piece of the Magnolia paper. And this is beautiful double-sided paper. So this is going to be a Teabag holder. So basically what you're going to do with your 6 by 6 paper is you're just going to fold it in half, like so, matching your edges, and crease it in the center. And you're going to want a bone folder because you want nice crisp edges. And when you do this, make sure that your edges are matching. You want it nice and crisp. And you're going to have to decide which side of this paper you want for your outside. You're going to see both sides of the paper. I'm going to give you a visual. Here's one that's been done. I chose the pink for the inside, the yellow for the outside, so that's what you would see. So you're just going to have to choose your paper, and I think I'm going to do the green for the inside because I want these lovely flowers that coordinate with this card to show. So we've got this folded in half, corner to corner. And I have some directions here. I'm just going to leave them on screen. We're going to open this up flat, and now we're going to measure and mark across this center fold. So if you put your 0 right on the point, you will notice that this from tip to tip is 8.5 inches. So your center mark on here is 4 1/4. Okay, so there's a light pencil mark there. Now you're going to go over and you're going to mark the 2 3/4 inch mark. There's our 2.5. 2 3/4 is here. And over here we're going to do 5 3/4. And that is there. Okay. Now I know that's probably very hard for you to see on camera. So just for this video purpose, I wouldn't advise you folks to do this, but I'm going to use a black marker so that you can actually see those lines. All right, so we're done with our ruler, and I'm going to pull this up so that you can see those lines. There's your center and your 2 outside ones. Now if we pull this tea bag in here, you'll see why we made those marks. We need room for the tea bag to slide into this little pocket that we're going to create. Okay, so now here's our mark. Now if you want, you can grab, this is probably even an easier way to do this. I didn't do this with any that I made before, but you know, as you're live, you think about these things. If you want to bring this in, this scoreboard in. And once again, I am going to grab that marker, and I'm actually going to put a darker line on my scoreboard so that I can put this tip here and this tip here and know that I'm in the right track. Okay, see that? Okay, what did I do with my tool? There it is. All right, so the bottom tip and the top tip, whoops, let's get the right way here. The bottom tip and the top tip are in this track, and we need to score along this line and this line. There we go. That's an even easier way for you folks to do that. And I just sent all my little stamps flying. Oh, the beauty of live video. And of course I lost a stamp. So now you get to watch me try to find it. And of course acrylic stamps are the worst to find. It is my greeting stamp that I am missing. Well, it's not on the floor. Aha! The lost has been found. Okay. Back to our folding. Okay. So now we're going to fold this in, but you have to make sure to take this tip and put it right on that center line. And then burnish your edge. And then we're going to flip it around to the other side and do exactly the same. Bring that tip right down on that score line and burnish your edge. Okay, so this side in and this side in. Now we're going to fold it in the middle. See it happening? All right, there we go. Now we're just going to fold this back. Right along that edge. All right. Pretty cool, eh? So just use your bone folder and make sure it lays nice and flat, because we're actually going to put this on the inside of our card. All right, I'm just grabbing some glue dots. And I'm just going to take a glue dot and pop a glue dot or two right on the inside, so that when I fold this together, that little envelope stays shut and there's a pocket for our peppermint tea bag. Okay, there we go. We have the pocket made. I'm going to set that aside. Get rid of all of this stuff so we have some room. And I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus. And on this card, we are actually going to use this for the front of our card. And we're just going to put this little greeting that says, "You've got this." But first, so just center that up. Remember, those photopolymer stamps with no ink on them are really, really sticky, so they're going to move your paper a little bit. You just have to recenter your paper. And we're going to ink it up with Memento and stamp it down. Perfect. All right, we'll clean this stamp. Stick it over here on the stamp case. And now back to that marker. I'm just going to put three little dots. You've got this, but first, dot, dot, dot. And now I'm going to bring in that little card base, that note card base. And that's going to be the front of our card. However, I'm just going to glue that flat on the note card. I love these little different size note cards. We've got the long, narrow, thin ones, the regular ones, these magnolia ones. Now, I need a little bit of something. Maybe just some rhinestones to zing it up a little. Grab my take your pick tool. Where do I want this? I'm going to move this one. There we go. I like making a little triangle. All right, so there's the front of our card. We're going to set that aside. And I need to find a piece of scrap white. And we are going to put this in the Stamparatus. And we need to stamp our coffee cup. And I think I am going to stamp this in petal pink because that's the color of the flowers. I think that the mossy meadow would be far too dark. You see how sticky those stamps are? Just wiggled that cardstock right out of the position. All right, let's see if it's still lined up. Good to go. So we're going to ink up this stamp. Once again, this is petal pink. Stamp that down. And that looks good to me. I'm going to peel this stamp off. And put it on the stamp case so I don't lose it. in here, we're going to line up that little guy. And stamp him with Memento Black. There we go. Okay. We have our stamping done. Now I just need to run off camera to the Big Shot and die cut him. And I've got the wrong cup, of course. That's the way it goes sometimes. I am going to go over to the Big Shot now and cut out the cup. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And here is our cup of tea and our tea bag holder. Now I'm going to grab another glue dot and pop it on this flap. Well, maybe I am. So that that flap stays down flat. And then on the back of this cup, I'm going to put a few glue dots. And pop on our cup of tea. And then for the inside, I'm just going to go around the perimeter of this. And this just fits nicely inside here. Look at that. Just hold that in place for a minute. You've got this, but first, tea. How's that for a little encouragement for somebody? Just pop that, oops, right inside our envelope. And this just fits. And there you go. Somebody opens that up, they know you're thinking about them, and there's a little treat that you can pop in the mail to them. Okay, that's it for today. Have a good day. Bye-bye.